I first stumbled upon his story while doing some research for a column on menstruation, and it immediately gripped me because here was a man who encountered a problem. He realized that his wife was using unhygienic rags instead of sanitary pads because they could not afford it. He decided that he was going to make an affordable sanitary pad. Now, none of the women in his village were willing to help him test out these pads. So he had no recourse, but he decided to test it out himself. And how did he do that? He constructed an artificial womb of sorts. He took a rubber bladder, he filled it with pig's blood, attached it to a pipe that led between his legs, put a sanitary pad there, and pulled his pants up over this contraption and went cycling around his village. In very little time, he was ostracized from his village. His wife got fed up with his obsession with pads and divorced him, but he persevered. And after many years, not only did he make a low-cost, viable sanitary pad, but he also invented the low-cost sanitary pad making machine, which today he sells only to women's groups and NGOs, so that not only do they have access to a sanitary pad, affordable sanitary pad, but they also can earn a livelihood. Once I read his story, I began pursuing him relentlessly. I called him every day for 8 months, till finally he agreed to let me write an account of his life in my book, and we made PadMan. My primary motivation in making this movie was to bring light to a subject that, like Voldemort, is not mentioned. We talk about women's empowerment, but 20% of schoolgirls in India drop out once they begin menstruating. This August, a 12-year-old schoolgirl was pulled up by her teacher because she stained her uniform and the bench with menstrual blood. She did not drop out of school. She went home, jumped off her balcony, and committed suicide. And that is the level of shame and embarrassment around a simple biological function. Only 12% of women in India have access to affordable sanitary pads. The rest are using rags, leaves, and straw, which leads to diseases of the reproductive tract, and there are links to cervical cancer.